New English File Pre-Intermediate by Clive Oxenden and Christina Latham-Koenig with Paul Seligson. Published and copyright Oxford University Press 2005. CD3. File 7. 7.1.
What exactly is your phobia, Scott?
Well, the medical name is felinophobia or gatophobia.
And what does that mean exactly?
It means I'm afraid of cats.
Cats?
Yes.
How long have you had this phobia?
Since I was a child.
And how did it start?
When I was 5 or 6 years old, I remember going to a friend's house and I saw a cat on the stairs and the cat was looking at me. Well, staring at me. I went to touch it and it bit me. And since then I've always been afraid of cats.
What happens if you see a cat?
Well, I start to feel very nervous. My heart beats quickly and I have to go away very quickly from where the cat is. For example, if I see a cat in the street, I always cross to the outside.
What do you do?
I'm a doctor.
Is your phobia a problem for you in your work?
Yes, sometimes. For example, if I go to a house and there's a cat, I have to ask the people to put the cat in another room. I can't be in the same room as a cat.
Have you ever had any treatment for your phobia?
Yes, I've just started going to a therapist. I've had 3 sessions.
How's it going?
Well, now I can look at a photo of a cat without feeling nervous or afraid, and I can touch a toy cat. The next step will be to be in a room with a real cat.
Do you think you will ever lose your phobia of cats?
I hope so. I'm optimistic. Who knows, maybe one day I'll have a cat as a pet.
7.2. Fish. I. Children. In. Live. Minute. Since. Win. Bike. I. Child. I've. Like. Life. Line. Mine. 7.3. 1.
Lived here? Have you lived here? How long have you lived here?
2.
Known him? Have you known him? How long have you known him?
3.
Been married? Have they been married? How long have they been married?
4.
Had his dog? Has he had his dog? How long has he had his dog?
7.4. Go to university. Go to primary school. Retire. Get divorced. Have children. Get married. Go to secondary school. Separate. 7.5.
Good evening and welcome to Film of the Week. Tonight we're going to see Sofia Coppola's film Lost in Translation. This film came out in 2003 and it gave the young film director her first Oscar nomination. Before it starts, Anthony, can you tell us a bit about her?
Well, of course, as you know, Sofia Coppola is the daughter of Francis Ford Coppola, so you could say that she was born with a camera in her hand. She was born in New York in 1971, while her father was making the film The Godfather. And in fact, she actually appeared in the film. She was the little baby in the baptism scene. After she left school, she decided to become an actress, but her career as an actress didn't last long. When her father made The Godfather Part 3, he gave his daughter a part in the film. She played Mary Corleone, the Godfather's daughter. But it was a disaster, and the film critics wrote terrible things about her. So she stopped being an actress, and she went to the California Institute of Art, where she studied fine arts and photography. Then she decided to become a film director. 1999 was a really big year for her. She directed her first film, The Virgin Suicides, and this time the critics thought she was great. She also got married to the film director Spike Jonze, but they separated after a few years. And then in 2003 she made her next film, which is the one we're going to see now, called Lost in Translation. Lost in Translation was the film which made Sofia Coppola famous. For this film, she became the first American woman to be nominated for an Oscar for Best Director, although she didn't win it.
Well, thank you very much, Anthony. And now let's watch Lost in Translation.
7.6.
How old are you in the photograph, Melissa?
12 or 13, I think.
Did you like school?
Not really.
Why not?
Because I didn't like any of the subjects. Well, that's not quite true. I liked English. But that was the only lesson I used to look forward to. I didn't like maths, didn't like science at all, and I hated PE. I used to argue with the PE teacher all the time. She used to make us do impossible things we couldn't do, like climbing ropes and jumping over the horse. I think she just wanted to humiliate us.
Were you a good girl at school?
It depends what you mean by good. I didn't smoke. I didn't used to write graffiti on the walls or anything like that, but I was a bit of a rebel. I used to break rules all the time, and of course the teachers didn't like that.
What sort of rules did you break?
Well, for example, the school was very strict about the school uniform. We had to wear a blue skirt, and the skirt had to cover our knees. I used to make the skirt shorter, and then I sometimes used to wear blue socks and a black sweater, like in the photograph, instead of a grey sweater and grey socks. The teachers used to get really angry. I just thought it was silly.
What did you want to be when you were at school?
I wanted to be a lawyer.
Why?
Well, there were a lot of American TV programmes and films about lawyers at the time, and I used to think it would be fun to argue with people all day.
So why did you become a primary school teacher?
Lots of reasons. But I think the main reason is that both my parents were teachers, and they both used to tell me, when you grow up and get a job, don't be a teacher. So, as I was a rebel, I did exactly the opposite.
7.7. 1.
I used to go out a lot.
2.
He used to hate school.
3.
They didn't used to be friends.
4.
She didn't used to like him.
5.
Did you used to wear glasses?
7.8. 1.
Where did you used to live?
2.
I didn't used to like exams.
3.
I used to have long hair.
4.
Did you used to work hard?
5.
I used to be very shy.
6.
I didn't used to do any sport.
7.9. Maths. History. Geography. Science. Physics. Chemistry. Biology. PE. Literature. Foreign languages. Technology. 7.10. Song. It's all over now.
Well, baby used to stay out all night long. She made me cry. She done me wrong. She hurt my eyes open. That's no lie. Tables turning now. Her turn to cry. Because I used to love her, but it's all over now.
7.11.
Good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Science Today. In today's programme, we're going to hear about women inventors. When we think of famous inventors, we usually think of men, people like Alexander Graham Bell, Guglielmo Marconi, Thomas Edison. But as Sally will tell us, many of the things which make our lives easier today were invented by women.
That's absolutely right. Let's take the dishwasher, for example. This was invented by a woman called Josephine Cochrane in 1886. She was a rich American who gave a lot of dinner parties, but she was annoyed that her servants used to break plates and glasses when they were washing them after the party. So Josephine decided to try and invent a machine which could wash a lot of plates and glasses safely. Today, the dishwasher is used by millions of people all over the world. The car was invented by a man, but it was a woman, Mary Anderson, who in 1903 solved one of the biggest problems of driving. Until her invention, it was impossible for drivers to see where they were going when it was raining or snowing. The name of her invention? Windscreen wipers. A fantastic invention that definitely improved the lives of millions of people was disposable nappies. They were invented by a woman called Marion Donovan in 1950. Anybody who has a small baby will know what a big difference disposable nappies make to our lives. Today, more than 55 million nappies are used every day in the world. A few years later, in 1956, Betty Nesmith Graham was working as a secretary. She used to get very frustrated and angry when she made typing mistakes. In those days, if you made a mistake, you had to get a new sheet of paper and start again from the beginning. She had a brilliant idea, which was to use a white liquid to paint over mistakes. Her invention is called Tipp-Ex today. Mrs. Graham was a divorced mother, and her invention made her a very rich woman. And finally, policemen, soldiers and politicians all over the world are protected by something which was invented by a woman. In 1966, Stephanie Kvolek invented Kevlar, a special material which was very light but incredibly strong, much stronger than metal. This material is used to make the bulletproof vest. Her invention has probably saved thousands of lives.
Thanks very much, Sally. So, if you thought that everything was invented by men, think again.
7.12. Based. Designed. Directed. Discovered. Invented. Named. Painted. Produced. Used. 7.13. 1.
The film was based on a true story.
2.
These clothes were designed by Armani.
3.
This wine is produced near here.
4.
My sister was named after our grandmother.
5.
These pictures were painted by my aunt.
6.
Garlic is used a lot in French cooking.
7.14.
Hi, Allie. How are you feeling today?
Much better.
Good. Are you going to be warm enough with just that sweater? It might be a little cold on the boat.
I'll be fine. Are we going to walk to the bay?
No, it's too far. It's better if we get a cab.
How long does it take by cab?
About 10 minutes.
And how long's the boat trip?
I'm not sure. I think it's an hour. Why?
Well, I have to be back here by 1. I'm expecting an important phone call.
Not from Brad, I hope.
Well, actually, no, of course not. From the New York office.
Okay, let's go.
$7.15.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
What time does the next boat leave?
At 10 o'clock.
How long does it take?
About an hour.
Where exactly does the boat go?
It goes under the bridge, round Angel Island and past Alcatraz, and then back here.
Can we get anything to eat or drink on the boat?
Yes, ma'am. There's a snack bar.
Can I have 2 tickets, please?
Sure. 2 adults.
How much is that?
That's $40.
Here you are.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Seven point 16.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
What time does the next boat leave?
At 10 o'clock.
How long does it take?
About an hour.
Where exactly does the boat go?
It goes under the bridge, round Angel Island and past Alcatraz, and then back here.
Can we get anything to eat or drink on the boat?
Yes, ma'am. There's a snack bar.
Can I have 2 tickets, please?
Sure. 2 adults.
How much is that?
That's $40.
Here you are.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Seven point 17.
So, what do you think of San Francisco?
It's beautiful, Mark. I love it.
Better than London?
Not better. Different.
Do you think you could live here?
No, I don't think so.
Oh? Why?
Well, it's a long way from London. I think I'd miss all my family and friends.
Could you live somewhere else, but in Europe?
Maybe. Why'd you ask?
Oh, no reason. I just wondered.
On your left, you can see the island of Alcatraz.
Look, can you see that building? That used to be the prison, but it was closed in 1963. It's a museum now.
Where are we going for dinner tonight?
It's a surprise.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Me too.
Oh, I'm cold.
Do you want to borrow my coat?
No, it's okay. I'm going to miss you, Mark.
Hey, excuse me. Could you take a photo of us, please?
Sure. Are you ready?
Ready?
Say cheese.
Seven point 18.
What do you think of San Francisco?
Why do you ask?
Oh, no reason. I just wondered.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Could you take a photo of us, please?
Are you ready?
Seven point 19. 1.
How long have you lived in Glasgow, Matt?
Not very long. After university, I lived in Newcastle for 6 months, and I moved to Glasgow 2 years ago.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
2.
Is your sister married, John?
Well, she was married for 15 years, but she's just got divorced.
Do you think she'll get married again?
I don't think so.
3.
Have you always liked sport?
No. I used to hate PE when I was at school.
So when did you start running?
A few years ago, a friend asked me to come with him, and I really enjoyed it.
Do you run every day?
Yes, every morning before work. Except when it's raining.
4.
What's your favourite subject?
Well, I quite like history and geography, but I think I like literature best.
What about maths and science?
They're definitely not my favourites. I'm awful at them.
5.
And on your right, you can see the White Tower. It was built by William the Conqueror in about 1068. The rest of the castle was completed by Edward I in 1285. The castle was used as a palace and prison until the 17th century, when all of a sudden...
7.20.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Market Square Museum. Before you go round, I'd like to tell you a bit about the museum. It was opened in 1952 by Queen Elizabeth. Well, she was Princess Elizabeth then. Here on the ground floor, there's a collection of pictures painted by our local artist, Graham Richmond. They show the town as it used to be in the last century. If you go upstairs, you can see our famous collection of old children's toys. There are some from the 16th century, and the oldest is over 500 years old. Here in the entrance hall, you can see there is a museum shop where you can buy postcards and other souvenirs. There's also an excellent guidebook, which costs just £2.50. The museum is open until 5:30 today, so you have plenty of time, and I hope you enjoy your visit. Now, does anyone have any questions?
File 8. 8.1. 1. Two. 3. 8.2. 1.
Nobody knows where he goes.
2.
Somebody's coming to lunch.
3.
I never said anything.
4.
I've done nothing since Sunday.
5.
Don't tell anybody about the message.
6.
There's nowhere to go except home.
8.3.
Last Friday, Sven, a company lawyer from Stockholm, was looking forward to a relaxing 2 days in the mountains. He and his wife had booked a skiing weekend in a luxury hotel, but the weekend didn't work out exactly as they had planned. Sven worked until late on Friday evening. His office was on the 12th floor. When he finished at 8 o'clock, he locked his office and got into the lift, and he didn't get out again until Monday morning.
I pressed the button for the ground floor, and the lift started going down, but then stopped. I pressed the button again, but nothing happened. I pressed the alarm and shouted, but nobody heard me. Most people had already gone home. I tried to phone my wife, but my mobile didn't work in the lift. I couldn't do anything. I just sat on the floor and hoped maybe somebody would realize what had happened. But on Saturday and Sunday, I knew nobody would be there. I slept most of the time to forget how hungry I was.
Meanwhile, Sven's wife, Sylvia, was waiting for her husband to come home.
I was very worried when he didn't come home on Friday evening, and I couldn't understand why his mobile wasn't going. I phoned the police, and they looked for him, but they couldn't find him anywhere. I thought maybe he was with another woman.
So Sven was in the lift the whole weekend, from Friday evening until Monday morning. At 8 o'clock, when the office workers arrived, they phoned the emergency number, and somebody came and repaired the lift.
I was very happy to get out. I hadn't eaten since Friday afternoon, and I was very hungry. It's lucky that I am not claustrophobic, because the lift was very small. The first thing I did was to phone my wife to say that I was okay.
Sven will soon be the fittest man in his office. From now on, he's going to take the stairs every day, even though it's 12 floors.
8.4. Up. Enough. Much. None. Busy. Boot. Few. Should. Two. Food. Bike. Quite. Diet. Little. Like. Egg. Many. Any. Healthy. Water. 8.5. 1.
I don't have enough time for exercise.
2.
I eat a lot of vegetables.
3.
I only have a few friends.
4.
I'm too busy to help you.
5.
You drink too much coffee.
6.
I have a little free time this afternoon.
8.6.
Hello, could I ask you a few questions? We're doing some research.
Sure, what's it about?
Well, we want to find out if you're a morning or an evening person.
OK, fine.
OK, and what's your name?
David Cope.
And what do you do, David?
I'm a magazine editor.
OK, and when do you work?
Monday to Friday, 8 till 4.
What time do you get up in the morning?
5:45. I have to get up early because I start work at 8 and it takes me an hour to get to work.
And what time do you go to bed?
Probably around 10 o'clock.
If you have an exam, do you study best in the morning, afternoon, or at night?
Let me think. I haven't done an exam for a long time, but when I was a student, I used to study better in the morning.
And if you do exercise, when do you prefer to do it?
In the morning, definitely. I love going for a long walk or cycling. It's great early in the morning because you feel that you're the only person in the world who's awake at that time.
Do you like your working hours?
I don't mind them. Finishing work early means I can pick up my daughter from school and look after her in the afternoons. It's true that I can't really have a social life during the week because I go to bed at 10, but that's okay.
Right. And the last question, would you like to change your working hours?
Yes, I would. I'd like to work 4 days a week, maybe working more hours in the day and have a 3-day weekend. Then I could spend 3 full days a week with my family.
That's great. Thank you very much for your time.
(8.7) Girl. Get. Go. Good. Give. Hungry. Jazz. Jean. Change. Energetic. Gym. Age. 8.8 Song. Say a little prayer.
Say a little prayer for you. The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you. And while combing my hair now, and wondering what dress to wear now, I say a little prayer for you. Forever, forever, forever. You stay in my heart and I will love you forever, forever, forever. Whenever just take time. Not through my coffee break time. I say a little prayer for you. Forever, forever. You stay in my heart and I will love you forever, forever. We're never apart. Oh, how I love you together, together. That's how it must be to live without you. Would only mean heartbreak for me. Oh, nobody but me. Forever, forever. You stay in my heart and I will love you forever, forever. We're never apart. Oh, how I love you together, together. That's how it must be to live without you. Would only mean heartbreak for me. Oh, nobody but me. Yeah. My darling, believe me. For me there is no one but you. Please love me true. This is my prayer. Answer my prayer. Oh, answer my prayer, baby. Answer my prayer, baby. This is my prayer. Answer my prayer, baby. Answer it right now, baby. Answer my prayer. Say you love me too. Answer my prayer, baby. This is my prayer. Answer my prayer, baby. I'm in love with you. Answer my prayer. Oh, answer my prayer, baby. Answer my prayer. This is my prayer.
8.9.
Hi, I'm Jim.
So am I. Great to meet you. Are you married, Jim?
Yes, well, I've been married twice.
Yeah? So have I. Do you have any children?
I have one son.
So do I. What's his name?
James.
That's amazing. My son's name is James, too.
Did you go to university, Jim?
No, I didn't.
Neither did I. I was a terrible student.
So was I. What do you like doing in your free time, Jim?
I like making things, especially with wood.
That's incredible. So do I.
But I don't do any exercise at all. Look at me.
Don't worry. Neither do I.
Do you smoke?
Yes, I smoke Salem cigarettes.
So do I. What car do you have?
A Chevrolet.
Me too. Let's go and have a drink. What beer do you drink?
Miller Lite.
So do I.
8.10. 1.
So. No. Do.
2.
They. Neither. Both.
3.
2. Twice. Twins.
4.
Identical. Incredible. Immediately.
5.
Food. Good. Would.
6.
Now. No. How.
7.
Speak. Great. Each.
8.
Beer. Free. Weekend.
8.11. 1.
I like tea.
So do I.
2.
I'm tired.
So am I.
3.
I don't smoke.
Neither do I.
4.
I'm not hungry.
Neither am I.
8.12.
I like chocolate.
I'm tired.
I'm not hungry.
I don't like football.
I'm going out tonight.
I have a big family.
I'm not English.
I live in a flat.
(8.13)
Good afternoon. How can I help you?
Hi. I'm leaving tomorrow morning very early. Could you prepare my bill so I can pay this evening?
Of course.
And could you order me a cab?
For what time?
My flight's at 9:15, so I have to be at the airport at 7:15.
Then you'll need a cab at 6 o'clock. I'll order one for you.
Thanks. Oh, and has there been a phone call for me?
Oh, yes. There's a message for you. Can you call this number in New York?
Right. Thanks.
You're welcome.
8.14
Hello?
Hello, is that MTC?
Sorry, you've got the wrong number.
Oh, sorry.
MTC New York, how can I help you?
Hello, can I speak to Lisa Formosa, please?
Just a moment, I'll put you through. Hello?
Hi, is that Lisa?
No, I'm sorry, she's not at her desk right now.
Can I leave a message, please?
Sure.
Tell her Ali Gray called. I'll call back in 5 minutes.
MTC New York, how can I help you?
Hello, can I speak to Lisa Formosa, please?
Just a moment. I'm sorry, the line's busy. Do you want to hold?
Okay, I'll hold.
Hello?
Hi, Lisa, it's Ali Gray.
Allie, hi, how's California?
Great, great. Well, is it good news or bad news?
It's good. You got the job in Paris.
Oh, wonderful! That's fantastic!
8.15
Hello?
Hello, is that MTC?
Sorry, you've got the wrong number.
Oh, sorry.
MTC New York, how can I help you?
Hello, can I speak to Lisa Formosa, please?
Just a moment, I'll put you through. Hello?
Hi, is that Lisa?
No, I'm sorry, she's not at her desk right now.
Can I leave a message, please?
Sure.
Tell her Ali Gray called. I'll call back in 5 minutes.
MTC New York, how can I help you?
Hello, can I speak to Lisa Formosa, please?
Just a moment. I'm sorry, the line's busy. Do you want to hold?
Okay, I'll hold.
Hello?
Hi, Lisa, it's Ali Gray.
Allie, hi, how's California?
Great, great. Well, is it good news or bad news?
It's good. You got the job in Paris.
Oh, wonderful! That's fantastic!
8.16
Thanks for everything. I've had a great time here.
Cheers. To us. Allie, we need to talk about the future. I mean, about our future.
Yes.
Allie, I really think we have a future together. I'm serious.
So am I, Mark. But the problem is you live here and I live in London. We're 6,000 miles apart.
Maybe that's not going to be a problem. I have something to tell you. We're not going to be 6,000 miles apart. We're only going to be 300 miles apart.
What do you mean?
You know the new MTC office that's opening in Paris next month?
Yes.
Well, I'm going there. I'm going to be the marketing manager. Isn't that amazing? I'll only be an hour away from you.
You're joking.
No, I'm serious. What's the matter? Aren't you pleased? You don't look very happy.
Yes, I am happy. It's amazing. But I have something to tell you too.
Oh?
I'm going to the Paris office too. I've just heard. That was the phone call I was waiting for.
I don't believe it. That's wonderful. We'll be together.
Yes. But there's just one little thing, Mark.
What's that?
I'm going to be the director in Paris. I'm going to be your boss.
Eight point 17.
Thanks for everything.
Cheers. To us.
What do you mean?
Isn't that amazing? What's the matter? I don't believe it.
Eight point 18. 1.
Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Did you go anywhere nice?
Well, we wanted to go to the beach, but the weather was awful, so we didn't.
Did you go out on Saturday night?
No, we stayed at home and watched a film.
2.
Do you eat a lot of fast food?
No, almost none. I think my diet is quite healthy. I eat lots of fruit and vegetables, although I should probably eat more fish.
3.
How often do you go to the gym?
Not as often as I'd like to.
I thought you went every day.
No, only Mondays and Fridays now. I'm too busy.
4.
What time do you get up?
I wake up at 7 o'clock, but I always go back to sleep for 15 minutes. Then I get up.
5.
Do you want a coffee?
No, I don't drink coffee, thanks.
What do you do?
I'm a teacher. What about you?
I work in computers.
Are you married?
Divorced.
So am I.
8.19.
Morning.
Good morning.
I'm really tired. I didn't get enough sleep last night.
Why not?
I went out for dinner with an old friend from university, and I went to bed late.
What time?
1 o'clock. And then I had to get up at 7 o'clock. I'm terrible in the mornings too.
Are you? I'm the opposite. I'm at my best in the mornings. What university did you go to?
Liverpool.
Yeah? So did I. When did you finish?
In 1999. What about you?
I finished in 97.
What did you study?
French and German.
I studied economics.
Economics? I used to know a girl who studied economics at Liverpool.
What was her name?
Fiona Kennedy. Don't tell me you know her.
Know her? I married her.
You're joking. I don't believe it. What a coincidence.
(9.1) 1.
He suddenly understood why his brother hadn't come.
2.
I didn't know Linda hadn't written since the spring.
3.
The police had seen me in the street.
4.
Paul thought the train had left at 4:40.
5.
We hadn't heard a word about the third murder.
6.
We'd waited for ages to see the famous painting.
9.2. Song. Then he kissed me.
Well, he walked up to me and he asked me if I wanted to dance. He looked kind of nice and so I said I might take a chance. When he danced, he held me tight. And when he walked me home that night, all the stars were shining bright. And then he kissed me. Each time I saw him, I couldn't wait to see him again. I wanted to let him know that he was more than a friend. I didn't know just what to do, so I whispered, I love you. And he said that he loved me too, and then he kissed me. He kissed me in a way that I've never been kissed before. He kissed me in a way that I want to be kissed forevermore. I knew that he was mine, so I gave him all the love that I had. And one day he took me home to meet his mom and his dad. Then he asked me to be his bride and always be right by his side. I felt so happy I almost cried, and then he kissed me. Then he asked me to be his bride and always be right by his side. I felt so happy I almost cried, and then he kissed me. 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 And then he kissed me.
9.3. Said. Read. Paid. Played. Caught. Bought. Lost. Crossed. Spent. Meant. Told. Sold. Saw. Wore. Heard. Preferred. Could. Stood. End of course test. Listening. A. 1.
Do you have this sweater in any other colours?
Just a moment. Yes, in beige, green and brown.
Could I have a brown one, please?
What size are you?
Small.
Let me have a look. No, sorry. I've only got it in a medium. How about green?
It's a bit bright. What about beige?
Let me see. Yes, this one's a small.
Yes, that one's fine. How much is it?
It's €30.
That's great. I'll take it.
2.
How long are you going to stay here? Well, it depends. I have a return flight to London at the end of June, but if I can find a job, I want to stay until the middle of September. My university course starts in October, so I have to be back in time for that.
3.
How old is your brother?
Let me work it out. I'm 35 and he's 3 years older than me.
That's amazing. He looks much younger than that. I thought he was about 30.
Yeah, he looks after himself. Goes to the gym and all that.
4.
Are you happy with your new flat?
Yeah, we're really happy with it. The rent is a bit more than I wanted to pay, but you can see the mountains from our bedroom window. It's not enormous, but there are only 2 of us, so it's big enough for the moment.
5.
The Travel Lodge, how can I help you?
Good evening. I'd like to make a reservation.
When for?
For next Friday, the 18th. For 3 nights.
Just 1 room?
No, 2 doubles and a single. A double room for me and my wife, a single room for my son.
Yes?
And then another double for my daughter and her husband. Oh yes, and a cot for their baby.
How old is the baby?
16 months.
OK, so that's 2 double rooms, 1 with a cot.
End of course test. Listening. B.
So, where did you work before, Emma?
At a big clothes store in London. I was a sales manager there.
How long did you work there?
Let's see. I started when I finished school, when I was 18, and I left when I was 30, so about 12 years altogether.
Was it a well-paid job?
Yes, very. I was earning a lot of money, but I had to work incredibly hard, and my days were really long. I started work at 9 every morning, and I often didn't finish till 7 or 8 in the evening. I travelled a lot too. I had to go to fashion shows and so on.
Did you enjoy that?
Yes, it was great. Milan, Paris, New York, all those glamorous places.
So why did you decide to leave London?
Well, it wasn't because I didn't like my job. In fact, I loved it. It was just that I always felt stressed and I was always in a hurry. I didn't have enough time for myself, and I didn't spend enough time with my son, Sam. When I got home in the evening, I was always too tired to play with him.
So what did you do?
I left my job and I bought a house in the south of France. I worked hard to do it up and renovate it, and now I use it as a little hotel, really, for 6 months of the year.
How do you live now?
Well, from April to September, I work in the guest house. It's very small. There are only 6 rooms. And then from October to March, I work in the garden. Pick the olives, things like that.
And are you happier?
It's a very different life. I don't earn as much money, so no more designer clothes or expensive cars. I'm still quite busy, but I'm not as stressed as I was before, and I can spend more time with my son. Life here is much slower than in London. I sleep better and I'm healthier because I do more physical work. So, yes, I'm much happier.